this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Beachin by Owen. And there's this cool little melody part actually, you'll kind of hear through the tune. Oh, and we'll end up capoing this on 4th fret to match the recording. We're going to walk through a couple things in root position. And there's this cool little lick that you'll kind of hear where you can play 3rd fret on the B string, 2nd fret on the B string. So kind of working that 3, 2, 3, 2. And you can kind of support that with some bass notes. This is a little weird. I'm going to do this hybrid picking. So I'm using my pick for my basses, kind of using my finger for the notes on the B string. And you can start with the open D with that 3 on the B, and then 2nd on the B, and then kind of do that again. 3 and 2, or 3 and open, 2 and open. And then you could go to 3rd fret on the low E string as kind of a G note, and kind of work that with that 3rd fret on the B, and then 2nd fret on the B, and then 3 and 3 together, and then 2. So we kind of dig on that. That might even be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. You'll kind of hear that in the background with the keyboard part. And 3 and 3, 2, 3 and 3, 2. Or you could back that up with chords, and you'd start on a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, it sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger, which is a dangerous finger to lift, and make that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of get a D sus and kind of say some things around the D chord. Or especially for this tune, because of that little melody that kind of happens, you may want to think about using a D major 7, where you take your first finger and go over the G, B, and E on the 2nd fret. It's kind of like a little mini bar. So you may want to kind of think about that for the D. Or what can also be cool is kind of switching between those chords through the tune. I'm actually going to talk more about that in a moment. And then from the D, we'd be going to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, and 3rd finger on the high E 3rd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord. It sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. Or another option would be to kind of take that G major shape we're on and lift off the pinky, which is almost kind of like a G major 13, kind of adding in a 6th note in the E, and then taking the first finger and just kind of like leaving the A string to go to the B string 2nd fret. Now it's kind of a G major, but you're adding in a C sharp. Oh my gosh, that's crazy talk. That's kind of a sharp 4 to the G. So kind of working from the 5 to the 4 around that. So that might be kind of a cool option too. And you could even kind of work that as kind of a down idea. Kind of D major 7. And I'm kind of going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the G with a sharp 4, G, or sharp 11. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you took the D and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And what can be kind of cool is even to kind of make that change to the major 7 in that strum pattern. So you could do the D with a down, down, and if you kind of dig on this, you could go to the major 7 on the up, down. So you do D with a down, down, D major, song is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot of the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that foot tap into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do it down for 4, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3. 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, still kind of cool. It sounds really cool to kind of split those chords. So you can do the D with the down, 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 then hit the major 7 for the up, up, down, down, up, down. Kind of big on that. Kind of down, down, up, down, 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 kind of big on that. Or another 16th pattern that can be kind of cool is a down, up, down, up, down, 16th that strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do a down for 1 and an up on 4, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the second beat, you'd have an up on 2, down on 3. So you'd be doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the third beat, you do an up on 2, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, 1, up, up. And then on the last beat, we keep the down, down, up. So down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, up, down, up, down, we can also say how good is to do the D with the down, up, and then go to the D major 7 for the down, up, down, down. Kind of split it that way. D major 7, D down, up, down, down, G down, up, down, 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 G down, 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 down. Basically be keeping that going until we get to kind of our chorus. And our chorus does exactly the same thing. We do our D, D, G, G, and we do that twice. And then we go to a big hit on an A major chord. We play A major. First finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, the second finger on the G 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now randomly, if you want to give that a little bit more bite, you could lift the 2nd finger, which is a dangerous finger to lift. That sounds an A7 chord. Or if you're slightly offended, you could readjust your fingers and add in the pinky on the high E3rd, kind of give it a little bit more bite for that hit. And then from the A, we go to a big G hit, and then we go right back into kind of our main form on the D, D, G, G. Now the weird part is to play along with Jake Owen, instead of starting on a D major chord, he's starting on an F sharp major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo. And if you put the capo on 4th fret, and now your D is really an F sharp major, and your G is really a B major, and your A is really a C sharp major. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to kind of work that 2-part idea, and that might be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. Kind of working that 3 and 3, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 0 and 3, 2. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of minimalistically open the tune. Or you could kind of take that lick and try and work it with the down idea. Kind of D, G, hey, have a good one. Or you kind of do that lick with the down idea, kind of D, 3, 2, G, 3, 2, 3, 2, D, 3, 2, 3, 2, G, 3, 2, 3, 2. Or you can do the down, down, up, down, up. until we get to kind of our big A on our chorus part and our big G, and then we go right back into kind of our verse progression. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down, up, down, down, up, down, up, you're doing a bass for the chord. So on the D you have the D for the bass, and on the G you have low E for the bass, and on the A you have the A for the bass. So if we tried our next verse with kind of a bass down, up, down, up, we'd have D with the bass, down, D with the D bass, G with the low E bass, low E bass, or you kind of work that lick in there. Or if you're digging on the 16th patterns, you could add bass to that too. Kind of make it a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. And all be cool variations. So you have D, or you could add basses to the other 16th pattern, kind of that bass, up, bass, up, down, bass, up, bass, up, down, down. That kind of be a cool way to do it too. Or you can mix that up. Bass, up, down, down, bass, up, bass, 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 down, bass, bass. And then we'll be repeating that until we get to kind of that chorus hit again. We're getting that G, and then we'd be coming back in on our D. Now, if you know there are licks around these chords too, feel free to kind of take this lesson and run with it any way you want to. Mix it up and kind of see what you can say with it. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Beachin by Owen. So good luck!